So today was technically good. I did make some good trades. However, well, not even kind of, I definitely blew most of my profits making some bad trades on the follow-up. So let me go over today's results and the thought process behind it. So today, first trade of the day was at the +2s down to VWAP. It was a clean trade. I'll zoom in on this a little bit more so you can see it clear as day. Took it at the +2s down to VWAP, profitable. I kind of almost got skittish about taking my profits here in case it was running down. Fortunately, it just ran down to VWAP and then came back up. I took another short at the +2s. This time, I held it, and I didn't set my take profit here. Otherwise, I think it would have probably hit here, or at least here. And I waited and took my profit right here because I didn't want to get greedy. However, one thing that I wasn't really aware of that I probably should have paid attention to, I didn't even pay a little attention, I paid no attention at all to this, and this would have actually probably helped me have an excellent day today. Because, you know, looking back in hindsight, you can always tell. But this one would have been really straightforward. I'm going to pull up the actual range trader here. Well, first off, we're going to look at the overview. We had that major rise up here, and we've kind of been trailing down ever since this huge up. I took my profit. Here, I need to go back. I took my profit at 193, which would have been right here, instead of logically seeing where it was going to go here at the support level. And if I had noticed that, I could have done one of two things. One, I could have just taken my profit down at the bottom end of the support and locked in a little bit more profits, because let's see here. Let's just say the bottom of the box. That would have been 134. That would have been right here, so that would have been looking pretty good. It would have been a little bit more profit, because mind you, I took my profits up here because we had a little wake up and I thought it was going to change, and I just wanted to lock in what I had, because lately I haven't been profiting at all and having really any major green days. Last week I had a profit of like $66, which was like my best day, overshadowed by the fact that I took one big loss last week, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, I took one big loss, which pretty much scratched this. So there's that. Unfortunately, I started off this week with an $86 loss, and with my current trajectory of profits, I'm honestly probably going to be spending this week trying to scratch this, even though you would think $86 is not a lot. Well, with my current trajectory of wins and losses, I'd be lucky if I can climb out of this profit hole. But I'll stay optimistic, and I won't make any assumptions about what I can and cannot do. I want to limit myself to my own negative beliefs. Anyway, I could have at least taken a profit down at the 134s. So it would have been like right here. Or, now that we've broken support, this would have been the time where I could have had a predictive way of understanding that this was probably going to climb down. Assuming that I didn't get too skittish about it touching the -1s here, because it only almost touched the short-term trend line, and then I could have let it ride down pretty far, and then I don't know how much further I would have wanted to continue this up. Even if I didn't like this, I could have tried to wait and see if we could get closer down to here, and I would have been more than okay with that versus my profit up here. So that would have been a massive difference of over 100 points of extra profits, which would have been like a probably a $130, $150 day. Instead, what I did was I took my profits here, and then I took my profits here, and then what did I do? Oh, for some strange reason, I thought it would be a good idea to buy in at the plus or the -2s right here, expecting to go back to VWAP. Really, really stupid. I should have waited to see what direction it was going to go, and then played off of that. And then like a, the problem with doing -2s expecting to go out of the bands is you don't have a real profit target. I mean, I guess you could if on the range trader you were expecting it to actually go down to here, but there was no news, and making such a wide risk to reward on a 1-to-1 with my strategy would have not been a great idea. Honestly, that would have been like way out of my daily risk budget, and that would have just been a terrible idea to make a trade off of that. So I fell out doing it that way. Of course, we have another example of getting stopped out right at the line. There's that red little arrow right there where I got stopped out, and it like barely touched. Now, if I had held this, I would have lost anyway. So I honestly can't say whether or not I would have just went for a break even or not, or if I would have taken a full loss, but it is what it is. And then I once again tried to fight the trend, and I took a long here at the -2s, expecting it to go up to VWAP, because I thought maybe it would dip down, come back up, and then hit the -2s proper, and then come up to VWAP. Well, I lost out again. I didn't take another trade for the rest of the day, and my total profit for the day is $11.50. You know, still a green day. I'm not complaining. The good news is today was a green day. The bad news is it's not even remotely wiping out the losses that I accrued from yesterday. I am just going to try to continue to use what resources I have available to adopt situational fluency, because while my daily risk budget might be well tuned right now, you know, my daily risk budget is $200. I'm not really getting too close to hitting it. I mean, I got the closest I ever got to on Friday, as of a really long time, like 2+ months, since I've started a much more risk-adjusted strategy. And I don't want to get lose or have another $180 day. Like, a daily risk budget might be the way to stop out for a lot of people, but for me, I want that to be like a last case scenario. I want hitting $200 to be like not something I even remotely reach. And yeah, that's about it. My actual like 10% per day daily risk budget is 250, but I think doing 1-to-1s and trying to stay away from my max daily risk budget is a really good strategy that I want to implement, and now it's just trying to actually make profits. Trying to actually get over the hump of more losing days than winning days. So that's the next target goal. The next actual number value target goal was 250 a week. Still striving for that. And that's it. So if you have any questions or comments, leave it down in the comment section below. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.